Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for joining us for the 4 o'clock news and politics show. 3 o'clock had Molly O'Brien, as we do every Thursday. We kick it off with Ray Rickman's Big View, but wanted to provide one update before he comes in from a news standpoint. Governor Gina Raimondo just submitted her fiscal year 2019 budget to the General Assembly. A big item that you can read on GoLocal. $23.5 million she is banking on from sports betting. Now, this is a new proposal that would allow for sports betting at Twin River casinos in Lincoln and in Tiverton. Big item that we'll be working on more moving forward, so please stay tuned more for that from GoLocal Prov. But Ray Rickman, the former state representative, former deputy secretary of state, now heads up Stages of Freedom, is going to come in to give us his big view.
Thank you, Kate. So the governor of Rhode Island wants to get the legislature to spend $1 billion on fixing our schools, all 39 towns and cities schools. Now, on the face of it, it sounds like a lot of money, but it's not. Providence alone needs $600 million to make its schools new again. It is very hard to learn in a school where the lights aren't on in the auditorium. It's very difficult. Where the plumbing doesn't work. Now, this happened in Warwick and Cranston last week with the flooding. Old schools, bad plumbing, bad piping, bad heating system, bad everything because it's 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. And no one has done anything in 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So this is a statewide problem. There are a few towns, Barrington, we can name you a few more. My friend Blake Filippi was suggesting that the schools in his state rep district are in pretty good shape. And then Blake Filippi and Mike Stenhouse and a few others and some people from Barrington raising a very interesting issue, concept. Since they've taken better care of their schools and spent money as they go, why should they take care of the people who haven't? And my answer to them the other day, very clearly and strongly, is 99% of the people who haven't don't have it to do it. When they get done with the teacher's salary and get done with the basic maintenance, and I mean basic, money's gone. So let's say that Providence needs $60 or $70 million a year for school improvement. It doesn't have it. And with this tax base, the industrial down, the commercial down, everything down, and the residential, half the people can pay taxes and the other half basically have no money to pay taxes. Half the people in Providence are poor. Are you listening? So Barrington, you have the resources to bond $60 million and to probably do anything else you want, and you should. Because schools, in my opinion, for young people should come right at the top of everything. It's right up there with public safety. Providence doesn't have it. They didn't do anything wrong in Central Falls except be broke, and that's not a cent. And $1 billion from the legislature, from the governor, is a good idea. State purpose. Finally, I'm not sure $1 billion is a lot of money. It's $200 million a year times 5 is what the governor's proposing. I'd like to see $450 million a year. I told you Providence needs $600 million. Do the math. So we can bond $2 billion over a 5-year period and spend $1 billion the first 2 years, because it's unfair. If you're in the 7th or 8th grade, by the time they get to you, you will have left school, graduated. Children should come first. First. Always.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for joining us for the 4 o'clock news and politics show. Many thanks to the former state representative Ray Rickman for coming in to give his big view. We've got plenty on tap for you for local news and politics today. I'd like to welcome my first guest into the studio. Annie Dixon with the Social Enterprise Greenhouse is here to talk about a new cohort of classes of businesses that are going to get training through the greenhouse. So she's going to tell us a little bit more about the program. Annie, come around the corner. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Take a little step closer this way to me, and let's start telling folks, you just announced the businesses, the enterprises that are going to be getting some accelerator training with the greenhouse in the coming weeks as part of your spring program. So let's talk a little bit about this. When you decide who to bring into the program and put through this program, talk about the process to even announcing who's going to participate.
So it's a very difficult process. This year we had about 40 applicants, and so it was a really difficult process because we had so many amazing entrepreneurs to choose from. The election process, it goes from looking at the logistics of the organization, what stage they're in, things like revenue, preparedness, but also the entrepreneur and their drive and their willingness to receive critical feedback. And those entrepreneurs who really show that spirit of really willing to be engaged.
And so why do you think it is so popular? What is it about the greenhouse that folks know about and say, I really want to take part in this program?
I think there's a couple elements to our accelerator program that kind of sets us apart. Part of it is the interest that we have in social impact. We heavily focus all of our workshops around creating more social impact and what that means, how that looks for Rhode Island, a global perspective. And then also the network out of Social Enterprise Greenhouse. We have a network of advisors and other entrepreneurs, so it's really a blended learning experience.
And so let's kick off. You've got the cheat sheet because there's a number of businesses involved that got tapped for this program. And I want to take the opportunity to highlight them who's going to be taking part in getting all of this knowledge from the greenhouse about how to advance, again, the social mission of their organization. So let's start going down the list.
Okay, we have 14 participants in our cohort this year. This is the largest cohort we've had for our Impact Accelerator. I am going to use my cheat sheet. So first, we have Anchor Strategies. This is a consulting organization that helps entrepreneurs and founders and connects them with funders and other organizations, all for the purpose of promoting a more connected and collaborative social change effort.
And Anchor Strategies, because
Yes.
it's Rhode Island based?
They are actually New England based.
New England based.
Coming to Rhode Island, coming soon.
Fantastic. Well, we like that anchor. Let's bring them in.
Next is AS220. Pretty sure everyone knows about AS220. They're a local nonprofit arts organization. And their industries department is going to be joining us. That department includes their Fab Lab, their Makerspace, and their Media Arts Center. So we're really excited to have them too.
Fantastic.
Next, the Center for Community Transformation. This is a community building effort. They facilitate efforts to change the structural conditions within a community and empowerment to community members and people who don't always get that access. Our next one, this is they're actually a student organization. These are from Brown grads. And they are Pangea Mart. So they are an online platform that enables students and those entering the workplace to promote their own skills. And different from LinkedIn, it's much more of a connected platform.
Interesting. We'll be interested to check that out.
Yeah. Another student-run organization is called GoPeer, and this is a tutoring app. So they are connecting local undergrads with local students who need access to tutoring, and also a scholarship program that provides that service to lower-income families.
Fantastic.
We're very excited to also have Reentry Campus program with us. Their mission is to reduce recidivism rates by providing an affordable post-secondary educational pathway to formerly and currently incarcerated individuals. River's Edge Arts is also another Rhode Island staple that is joining us this year. One of their departments is coming as well, specifically within their youth arts and digital media. We actually have our first international member this year. So they are eventually going to be global, but right now Tech Africa is a mobile tourism app. And so they are working to promote the idea of, rather than donating to low income and individuals in poverty, let's actively engage them in their own economic development, and they're using tourism to also promote, the image of the beautiful continent of Africa.
So the first international one, are they participating in person? Are they participating online?
We will let you know as soon as he finishes his visa appointment, which is today.
Okay.
So cross your fingers. We're hoping to have
get
him
him here.
He's really excited to be joining the Rhode Island community, so we've got our fingers crossed.
Okay, fantastic. And you have some environmental ones.
Yes, so we actually have one more non-environmental, which is transportation health education via Veer Safe. And they provide online diabetic self-management education, reading off of this one so we can get the language right, to insulin-dependent commercial driver's license operators.
Okay.
Which is addressing an issue that if you don't know it exists, but it really affects everybody. So we're really excited to have them on board. And this is the first year that we have an actual environmental cohort. So we have 5 organizations that are environmentally focused. The first is Eco Building Venture, and this works to develop a sustainable world through improving the built environment. So they combine affordability, sustainability, and environmentally friendly building practices to housing. Happy Water Solutions, they have a technology that compresses air into potable drinking water. Yes, so
wow.
I don't know I can explain it further, but that's the essence of what their organization does, and they're hoping to provide this service to remote and areas that are definitely needing this service. One Earth Center, this is a boutique in South County, and they also serve as a platform for environmental awareness, for community engagement. They have arts programs, so they're an air plant store, which is beautiful, and then they're also a community center. See Ahead Blue Tech Innovation Center. This is going to be a hub for startups, corporations, academics, and foundations to come together to really kind of get all of their technologies together, and they're focusing on marine technology.
Okay.
And then our last is What Cheer Flower Farm. This is a flower farm here in Rhode Island. They work with reclaimed land in Providence and local florists to repurpose lightly used flower arrangements. So they target communities and organizations that need that lift. And then they're also hoping to, with locally grown flowers, kind of put a dent in that kind of negative impact of importing.
Okay, so very, very local. Trying to get local.
Yes.
So you said, just running through the 14 companies here, over 40 applied. What does the next few weeks look like? What have they gotten themselves into?
They have gotten themselves into 4 months of, it's a blended learning curriculum. So we have online modules, coursework, homework, deadlines, so they have all that. But then we have once a week, on average, we have an in-person workshop, which brings in local experts in whatever field that week focuses on. And so that instructor can really not only just pull the guts out of the curriculum, but also really make it applicable to each entrepreneur and in each scenario. So we have the in-person workshops. We have several different panels from different entrepreneurs around the state. So they've gotten themselves into a bit of work coming up. But
they've got a bunch of work coming up, which, I mean, is it kind of a real-life grad program, if you will, like super intensive?
Yeah, it's very intensive. We've been working very steadily for the last few months surrounding curriculum development and gathering in all of our partners and instructors who are going to be joining us. So.
And it culminates in an event in April, a demo day, if you will.
Yes, so April 26th. We are having a demo day, which is the entrepreneur's chance to put together everything that they have learned and pitch their idea.
Ah, okay, a pitch, a little Shark Tankish maybe.
Little Shark Tankish, yeah, I won't disagree with that.
A little Shark Tankish. And so talk with us, Annie, about your story with Social Enterprise Greenhouse, about your journey there and your experience so far.
So I have been working in social enterprise for years. And I've spent the last few abroad. I was working internationally for a social business. And I had originally really wanted to explore the combination of both nonprofit and social business. There's definitely a place for both. And When I moved home to Rhode Island, I'm a Rhode Islander.
Woohoo, she's back.
I'm back. So when I moved back, once I got over being so cold, I went to Social Enterprise Greenhouse and started working there in July. So I'm a relative newbie. And it's been a really wonderful experience, not just meeting all of these entrepreneurs and all of these amazing individuals with these amazing ideas for social change, but it's really given me the opportunity to kind of bring together these two forces that I'm so passionate about.
And so you just, as you mentioned, coming back to Rhode Island, kind of getting your feet wet, jumping into the deep end in July. I'm not going to put you on the spot per se for the previous classes to say who might have been successful. I mean, there have been multiple classes,
Yes.
and that's part of the network as well.
Yeah, so pretty much what we like to say, because it's very true, is that once you're in the network, you never leave. So we have people who have participated from the day they open their doors. And so for our past accelerator programs, some that come to mind, Finest, who was actually just here with you a few weeks ago, they were just a participant in the Mass Challenge. We had the Steelyard come last year. We had one of their industries departments join us as well, and they've been thriving. And then Capital Good Fund as well. They're a local microlending organization.
We've had them a number of times
I'm
in here
sure
as
you
well.
have. Yep. So they just expanded to, I think, their 4th state.
Yes.
So they're also doing amazing things.
They're off and running. And so if folks are listening here and said, hey, I have a small enterprise looking to do social good, when's my next opportunity to apply for a program with the Social Enterprise Greenhouse?
Always is the answer to that. We have an accelerator program once a year for Impact, which is it's the industry agnostic accelerator program, but we also have a food accelerator program, and this environmental cohort is definitely growing. But we also have a health and wellness accelerator. So we run those once a year, but we also have throughout the year several incubator programs. And then our constantly available services are our advisory network, our talent matching program. So if you need interns, you know where to find us, and our services of our network and our partnerships.
Fantastic. And of course, nothing ever happens in a vacuum here. Who are some of the partners that you work with to make this possible on sort of the state and even global scale?
We have several partners around the state. We have, Island Foundation. Several of our donor partners are Rhode Island and New England based.
Okay, so again, looking to have folks here making an impact, but as you mentioned, coming in from other places as well. Have your first international one looking to come in, hopefully gets that visa. But as we hopefully will keep tabs on you and the companies moving forward with an eye towards the demo day in April. But just want to let folks know a little bit more. Again, the Accelerator program, these are the businesses that are participating. We're going to keep an eye on them and, of course, talk with Social Enterprise Greenhouse moving forward. Annie Dixon, I appreciate you taking the time to come in today. I know you're busy, so you go back to your...
Thank you.
You've got an event tonight.
We do.
So let me let you go, and I'll let you next.
For green drinks.
Okay, green drinks.
Right.
Okay, I'll let you go. Okay. Annie Dixon with the Social Enterprise Greenhouse, they just announced their latest cohort of their accelerator program taking place this spring, helping businesses looking to make a social impact, giving them advisory and education services. That sounds pretty intensive over the next few weeks. That culminates in a demo day event where they can pitch their ideas to folks who come to see what it's all about. So appreciate them coming in today here into the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. We're going to be right back here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Don't go anywhere with our next guest. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News editor Kate Nagel. I am happy to welcome my next guest here into the studio, Dr. Norley Germain. I appreciate your taking the time to come in.
Thank you, Kate, for inviting me.
Well, I know you wanted to come in. You've watched the show and you're with Hope and Change for Haiti, a nonprofit here in Rhode Island, which I want to talk about once we talk about what's happened this past week.
Well, I would tell you it was heartbroken what happened last week. Even though all the Haitians in Rhode Island gathered together as a one community and have all other immigrant community and elected officials to come to condemn by our side what the president said about Haiti. We said it was one step about what we should do. We cannot stop there, just only condemn and leave. We need to try to see what we will do so this one doesn't repeat anymore.
Okay, so we're using this as a stepping stone for more awareness, and especially for Hope and Change for Haiti, the nonprofit based in Cranston. Tell folks a little bit about the organization, its mission, and what you're looking to accomplish now moving forward.
Hope and Change for Haiti is a nonprofit organization. We are a 501c3. We work mostly down in Haiti, not really in Rhode Island. There are other Haitian organizations in Rhode Island working with the local, the Haitian immigrants here to help them organize and get the opportunity for job, for immigrations, etc. But for us, we work mostly down in Haiti where we help people rebuild from the hurricane. Everyone was victim in one local area in Haiti. We helped them rebuild from the natural disasters last year after the Hurricane Matthew struck the country, and one area, 70 people lost their home. So what we do, we help them rebuild, but we not only provide them with everything, we help them with materials, and we try to build a community, beloved community, where we teach them how to work together, how to identify their own leaders so they can do their work. Because what happened, there are about 15,000 NGOs in Haiti, okay?
Wow.
But on paper, but maybe 5 or 6 of them really working. And us as a Haitian organization, it's really difficult for us to work and to help our own people, because it's that we lose the credibility that we were supposed to get from people, from the donors, because those who had the opportunity to receive money to work on behalf of Haiti, they use the money in the wrongful way. So that's how with Hope and Change for Haiti, our missions is really to work with local people to rebuild the country, but mostly implementing sustainable development. Like when we leave after 5 years, people in this area can say, oh, we can continue on our own. So that's why working with them to identify leaders, train leaders, rebuild the houses, and also bring clean water, because in some areas they don't have any access to clean water. So we try to do that, and also help those who cannot attend school to have the opportunity at least to receive elementary education.
And as we see oftentimes when there's natural disasters, from earthquakes to the hurricanes, it's really that rebuilding process that goes months and years beyond what we see in the news and people want to give. You know, do you get a sense, is it, you know, when you're fundraising, when something happens, I'm sure that's an easier time to get resources, but your challenge is to tell people, look, we still need to go out and help. What is the current state of the most hard-hit areas in Haiti?
Okay, I would repeat something I just said about fundraise and money collected on behalf of Haiti. This money never goes to Haiti because they don't trust Haitians. They don't trust the government, so this money goes to bigger organizations. And this organization has mostly 70% of the personnel come from the US, Canada, and France. So this money is used mostly in traveling, staying in a hotel, transportation, barely 25% of that money really used in Haiti.
So be careful who you give to.
So it's that's what I mean. But because this money was collected on behalf of Haiti, every time people say, "Oh, I already give money for Haiti," but who did you give the money to? I mean, is that a Haitian organization? For us, like Hope and Change for Haiti, we've been there for over a year for now, and we try to rebuild with the people down there. Our only supporters are from our church and some individuals, you know, who believe in what we're doing. But we keep looking for some funds for donors to say, we tell them that support Haitian organization, because we are the one experiencing the problems down there and we know how to fix it. But without money on hand, it will be very difficult. We have the wills, we have determination to do it, but with anything in hand, it will be very difficult. And we just need to wait the next disaster. And that's unbelievable, that's unacceptable that every time everyone gathered to help Haiti is when we get hit by a hurricane, we get hit by the earthquake, and we get hit by something, at least a natural disaster. Someone gathered for about a week and collecting money and give it to a big organization, and they never asked reports about what this money was done. So it's the same after the earthquake in Haiti in 2010. They pledged $11 billion on behalf of Haiti. And last time I was in Haiti in June, I was told like 95% of that money is already given. But we built probably 5% to 10% of the country.
Wow, only just a small portion of what needs to be addressed. Is this an opportune time? Talk with us about the situation politically. Perhaps if folks heard the comments that were reportedly said by the president and feel outraged, and they wonder, well, what can we do? How about support organizations that are working in the countries that need support? And, you know, before we go into that tack, I want to hear a little bit more about the Dr. Germain story. So tell folks, you're the head of this nonprofit here, looking to help folks in Haiti, your personal story and why this is part of your personal mission.
You know, first thing I feel when I really feel very, very bad when I heard the president comment about Haiti. Before I get to talk about myself, I would say like Haitians been very good with had very good relationship with the U.S. Even centuries. In 1779, we fought in Savannah, Georgia with the U.S., and you will find a lot of Haitian folks come here, and they don't rely on food stamp, but they work, you know, to educate the kids. We have so much that we can provide as Haitian community. And if we are in a hole today, it's because bad policies were made in Washington. It's because we were not able to choose our own leaders in Haiti. The president, we cannot choose, even though we have elections, we call that, we call the elections democratic elections. It's only on paper. We cannot really decide on this. For myself, I was raised by a single mom in Haiti, and I had the opportunity to know so many great people from Wisconsin through my church, Episcopal Church of Haiti, and I was able to attend good school before I went to France to obtain a PhD on industrial engineering and healthcare management in a developing country. I moved to Rhode Island in 2010, where I started at URI as a visiting scholar and then as a teaching assistant before I started to work as an adjunct professor at URI, then at Johnson & Wales, then at CCRI. So as a Haitian immigrant, I can say I contribute a lot to change, to improve life in the U.S. And I have 3 beautiful boys with my beautiful wife, Anis Germain. I think she's watching for now.
Hello.
So we've been doing this together to see how, with my wife, how our kids can live a different life as kids, sons of immigrants. Because this comment doesn't only destroy the Haitian adults, but the young kids who's going to school right now, and they would need to face bullying at school, and what they can follow as the commander-in-chief of the great United States of America doesn't control his language. So vile language, whether he said it or not, that was not the point. It's because you have a shocking and shameful language towards a country that has nothing in terms of war. We don't have any animosity with the United States. So there is a way we're supposed to be treated. Now, in the end, you would see our kids would be a victim of this, because in the early 80s, Haiti already victims of what they call AIDS. We brought AIDS to the United States, and it took a long time before a lot of Haitians in New York, in Florida, in New Jersey, Atlanta, they gathered, they do a big rally to say enough is enough, and so it took a long time before we removed that tag. And now coming back with this again from the highest position in the country, so it is very helpful to us.
And how often do you get to Haiti?
Twice a year, at least, because our organization is a very small organization, and even though we do great work, so we rebuilt one house last year, one cistern, to catch about 15,000 gallons water, because we have a dry season in Haiti and a raining season. Dry season goes from end of November to May, April. So by May to beginning of November is raining season. So building a cistern in an area where we cannot dig any wells, it's important that we can drain water from the roof, serve it in the cisterns, and we can share this water with people in the area. Also, last year we brought 3 people from Haiti to receive a training on leadership development and conflict reconciliation at the University of Rhode Island. They organize this training every year. So it was a partnership where they provide us with 3 scholarships that we were able to bring 3 people. So as I said at the beginning, our goal is to build a beloved community where people can help one another, that we don't need to rely on international aid. After 10 years, maybe 2 decades, 20 years, we can continue on our own. So that's why we ask people to support Hope and Change for Haiti. And we don't have donors for now. We're looking for small donors, big donors, daily donors. So everyone who wants to help, you can sponsor one child for about $100 for the whole year. And you can have build one cistern. A cistern costs about $1,000 to build one cistern of 15,000 gallons, and we build one house for about $8,500. So at this point, we only spend for materials, because as we said, people contribute, local people contribute, because we believe the real change comes when you contribute, when you bring your piece in the constructions of this. So that's why we want that local people give, because they cannot give money, but we ask them to give their energy, their time in building. One help another, build a community so the community can work together to solve their own problems.
So fantastic. I wanted you to come in again, tell folks a little bit more about the nonprofit. Here we are, it's kind of middle of January, towards the end. 2018 has just begun, and it kicked off with a very rocky start. And so talk with us, what's on your plate besides, trying to get the contributions? What does Hope and Change for Haiti have in the coming year?
We're planning, last week, we discussed with Rhode Island International, Nonviolence Institute. We're trying to see how we can organize some training for not only for Haitians in Rhode Island, but also bring folks from Haiti to attend this training. It will go probably over 1 or 2 weeks, and this will be done by end of February or beginning of March. Also, we're planning 2 fundraisers. We will soon publish the location, the place for the fundraisers, but our fundraising is ongoing. And for this year, in our plan, we said we want to build 2 new houses because we still have like 69 families looking for a home, and we built only 1 house in that place, and we still hope that we can receive money. I mean, out there, you know, one person can say, I will give 1 house. As I said, a house, to build 1 house is cost only $8,500 because we don't pay for labors. People contribute. So if one person said, I'll give 1 house, so I assure you, in less than 2 months, we will find enough human resources to go down there and work and build that house. So we plan to build 2 houses. We plan to build 2 cisterns, and we plan to do some training on domestic violence and gender inequality in this area because so far in Haiti, so many people keep being victims of domestic violence, and also we still live in an area where male dominate than female. So we had a lot, and we asked people to keep in touch with us on www.hncforhaiti.org. So you can donate online. We have ongoing fundraiser. There is a link saying fundraiser, so you can click on it and you give online. You can send us check. St. David's on the Hill is our church in Cranston, where you can drop a check, so or you can mail it to 200 Merchant Ticket Valley Parkway in Cranston. So anyhow, we have PayPal also. You can contact us and you donate.
Okay, well, I appreciate your taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know yesterday you were in class. You're always around the state, but I wanted folks again to know what Hope and Change for Haiti is doing in light of the reported comments. So, Dr. Nolet-Germain, I appreciate you taking the time to come in today.
Thank you very much.
I'll let you go around the corner, and we'll put those links up as well if you want to learn more about the organization. Hopefully we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Germain. Thank you again. Dr. Nolet-Germain with the Hope and Change for Haiti nonprofit here in Rhode Island, talking about how they are looking to impact people's lives in Haiti. Again, he wanted to come in here to talk after some tumultuous political dialogue in the past week or so, but wanted to focus again on the country that is so in need of help following natural disasters and how people here can make a difference. We'll be right back with our next guest in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for tuning in today for news and politics. Some of the big news, obviously, is the governor's budget proposal submitted to the General Assembly this afternoon. We reported on GoLocal how sports betting, $23.5 million is budgeted for FY19. Now, of course, there's the big Supreme Court look at the legality of it, but the administration and other states as well are betting on this money revenue generator, so that's a big piece of it as well. But Looking at one of the big pieces of the governor's State of the State speech on Tuesday night was a proposal for $1 billion for school construction over the next 10 years. We've gotten a little more insight into how that actually might come to pass. There are, I believe, 4 general obligation revenue bonds that are going to be on the ballot this year. For school construction, $250 million. Now, the other pieces of the puzzle to make this all possible, the state already budgets $80 million for school construction needs. Cities and towns are going to be responsible each year for $70 million for a total of $350 million. So some from the state, some from the cities and towns, some existing in the budget. Again, piecing together this proposal by the governor, again, pretty much the centerpiece of her State of the State on Tuesday night for addressing school construction needs, $1 billion over 10 years. But stay tuned to Go Local for more coverage on the budget proposal. We'll have plenty more for you online, and we'll be back here in studio tomorrow with Molly O'Brien at the 3 o'clock hour for Lifestyle. I'll be back at 4 for news and politics. Appreciate your watching, appreciate your feedback. Wish everyone a good Thursday evening. Stay tuned to GoLocalProv.com and Facebook for more updates on us from us on this end here. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. I'm Go Local News Editor.